Good morning, everyone. I'm back again. Continuing on yesterday's conversation about our focus on a singularity instead of on actions that led to consequences. We ended yesterday's conversation with trying to understand how we need to shift our thinking. And today we're going to follow on to that with a simple question. Why do we only choose to understand things that fit how we want it to? If I went up to many people and I said to them, there are only two categories of abortions. Like I said, we're only sticking to the same topic. Two categories: necessary and unnecessary. How many of you would agree with that? How many of you would actually be offended by that statement, religious or not? When in actual fact, the problem isn't that you can categorize it in necessary and unnecessary, but the problem is, why isn't the definition altered? Because by all accounts, we are categorizing abortion by definition as the ending of a pregnancy before the due date by a medical means. But what if you have to medically terminate a pregnancy for whatever reason? Maybe the baby is born with issues that are killing the baby within the womb. Maybe the baby's development is killing the mother. Now, we spoke about who wrote the law yesterday, and did they consult with doctors, psychologists, to actually write the law that it would benefit people? Because the law as it's currently written in a lot of places doesn't even allow the doctors to make that call anymore. Then you have to understand, but what damage does that do? Not only to doctors who might have to make that call, or to people who might have to make that choice. But the new law says, no, sorry, you can't do it. So now two people have to die because you can't do it. So we really need to look at how things are said, how things are defined. But then we look at the unnecessary abortions. Now, this is the one where most people have a problem, because this is a situation where somebody is shirking responsibility for a decision that they made. Unprotected sex, sleeping around. There are many, many, many examples of where you didn't need to have an abortion, but to shirk your responsibility, it seemed like a good choice at that time. But what people don't realize is it's even worse than that. Because the person that's in hospital that has to have one is a person that's probably going to fight it till the very last second that they realize that they can't. And they go for counseling to deal with that loss. The ones that make the choice out of a decision that they made that got them there and then choose to end it, do they talk to the same people to deal with the psychological effects? As parents, if your kid fell pregnant at a young age and you send her to have an abortion, did you also send her for counseling? The secrecy around abortion, everything is private and confidential. Yet when people go for abortions because of mistakes that they say they've made, they can't go for counseling, because then people are going to know something happened. And they live with that. Why can't we get to a point where we can understand that, number one, what that person did and what that person goes through has nothing to do with us. Yet we all have a comment on it. But can we consider the damage that it does to that person psychologically? Do we understand it? Do we even try and understand it? So you see, we keep basing everybody else's decisions on our understanding. And we need to understand more to live better. Tomorrow, we will dive into the religious aspect of this. And then maybe we can start to develop understanding on all aspects of this. I really hope you'll join me tomorrow, because we are nearing the end. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Until tomorrow. Bye for now.